bon après-midi, goedenamiddag. Welcome for this second screening of Heredia's ABCD programmation. So I'm very happy to have Shai in Brussels since the beginning of the festival. And we first learned Shai as a filmmaker with Shumona Goel. She made I Am Micro in 2012 that we screened 2 years ago in the first edition of the festival. It was a film that we really loved, and we stayed in contact, at least by email, following what she's doing in India. So it was a it still is a festival of experimental cinema called Experimenta. And also at one moment we got an email announcing a kind of symposium, but it was like a moment with a lot of speech and debates and also a lot of projections that was trying to think about what was an experimental cinema in Asia, in the other countries as Japan, in Thailand, India, Indonesia, the Philippines, and so. And as programmators, as curators here, we were always having this kind of ideal or fantasy to screen films not just from the USA, the UK, France, Austria, but also from other parts of the world, but that we needed people from there to give us advice or to make us discover these films. We proposed to Shai to have a kind of carte blanche, a kind of space to make us discover these films. So, Shai, if you can say a few words about this and about this particular program we're going to see now.
So thank you, Philippe, and to Olivier for inviting me to bring these programs to L'Age d'Or. And thank you all for coming. I know it's a Monday afternoon. I'm glad that there are some people in the audience. So I mean, we've been working on, a few of us have been working on this project of trying to look at the context of Asian experimental cinema. It's not easy at all because our archives are not very accessible, but the idea has been to kind of look at or begin to question this relationship of tradition and modernity within the Asian context, which happens with all the arts, and I think with film, the lack of access to archives has made it difficult to actually have that question, that dialogue with historical work. So there have been some attempts and some efforts of pulling out this historical work. You'll see one program from the Philippines in this, one film from the Philippines in this program, which is from 1986. So some of the historical work we've been able to pull out has been from the 70s and 80s. Having said that, I've put together a program along with my partners in the region, and you know, it's a process of understanding it. So I mean, it's not like one is super articulate about what kind of work is coming out, but essentially it's an extremely dynamic, exciting space. So the first film is a film called The Backyard by Yusuf Rajamuda from Indonesia. It's 12 minutes. This program really kind of is trying to look at essentially narrative moments within kind of a documentary sort of styling. The second film is Johnny Crawl by Roxanne, who's a filmmaker, animator, and artist in the Philippines. It was made in 1986. It was set, the film is set during the dictatorship period, the Marcos dictatorship period. The third film is Jump by Saiful Anwar, a young filmmaker from Indonesia, made in 2009. Then is Nati Chiwit, which is made by Faisit Panputrasat from Thailand in 2014. He's a sound designer. And if you've read the piece, he kind of stumbled upon this moment and made this film. And then the final piece is a film called Imran, Care of Carom Club, made by Udita Bhargava from India. She's based in Germany. So yeah, and it was made in 2014. So enjoy the program.
And
Thank
the
you.
Philippine film is by Roxanne.
By Roxley, yeah.
So it's if you were there for the first screening of the
Yeah.
series, the ABCD screening,
yeah.
it was the film who gave the title to the whole cycle, because this film is ABCD, and so that's the same one. If you like this screening or specific films of this screening, don't hesitate to talk to the other spectators, because as it's in the small projection room, it will be repeated tomorrow at so this one at 6, and the third and last one, so ABCD will be screened in the Ledoux, in the big projection theater tomorrow at 3 p.m. So enjoy the screening. See you later.